Hey, it's Caroline. Today I'll be showing you this super easy leopard inspired look. If you're looking to up your cat game this Halloween, this is the look for you. Before we get started, I just wanted to talk about this top that I'm wearing. This top is from my new clothing line called Keep in Mind. I know I've been pretty inactive on YouTube for a few months lately, but I've been working really hard on getting some cute stuff out for my line. I'll talk about it more in my next video. I've linked it below. I would love to hear what you guys think about it. I'm sweating just talking about it right now. But anyways, I feel like I've been back on a pretty good schedule lately, so I'll be back to making more videos and getting to know you guys some more. So back to this look. It's super fun, super easy, and the best part is you can use pretty much any makeup you have at home. I hope you guys enjoy. Let's get started. So we're gonna start off with Colourpop's foundation. Alright, next up, let's fill in those brows. I'm using Anastasia's brow definer. Okay, brows are done, and now we're gonna move on to our eyes. I'm using White Rabbit as my base. This is a color from Colourpop. I'm taking this beautiful burnt orange color from the Modern Renaissance palette, and I'm just gonna go over my outer corners with this color. So let's keep this kind of pointed cat eye shape in mind when we're doing our eyeshadow here. Next, I'm gonna take this same palette, and I'm using this brown. Okay, it does not want to focus today, so I'm just gonna swatch it for you guys. This color is called Cypress Umber. It's a beautiful deep brown. Now for this color, I'm going in with the same brush. This is the brush that came with the palette, by the way. I really like it because on one end you've got a fluffy brush, and then on another end you've got the more detailed, flatter brush. So I'm using the smaller end for this, and I'm really just going over the entire bottom of my lid. So if you have monolids, you kind of have to use your best judgment for how high you want this to go. I want mine to just peek over the lid. So now that I've pretty much outlined my lids, I want to start smoking this color out a bit, and that's where this fluffy end is going to come in. I'm using the same color, Cypress Umber, and I really barely tapped it into the eyeshadow. In really tiny circular motions, and I'm keeping it only on my outer corners. What you really want is a smooth, uninterrupted gradient. Okay, and you see that difference between a blended shadow and one that's kind of abrupt. And just for a rule of thumb, I would say don't go past the center of your eye. Now, I don't like how it's so abrupt here. It's just skin and then all of a sudden color. So I'm making sure that most of the color is gone from this brush. And then I'm just going to blend this out. Again, no color on the brush. I'm really just blending it into my actual skin tone. Alright, we are moving on to eyeliner. I like to take this eyeliner from Decay. It's called Perversion. And the reason I like this liner is because it's super creamy. So I'm just putting a little bit on my lid here, and then I'm going to use my finger to smudge it out. Now I'm taking this angled brush. This has some black eyeshadow on it, and I'm going to put that right on top of the liner that I just smudged out. And I'm tapping this on because I don't want any fallout. Okay, and I'm gonna smudge that out one more time. Okay, so before we move on to my liquid liner, which is gonna create the wing for us, I'm gonna kind of outline where I want my wing to be. Okay, now let's move on to our liquid liner. I'm using Stila's Stay All Day liquid liner. This is my everyday liner. I'm gonna follow that line that I made. Now I'm taking a brown liner. Again, this is from Urban Decay. I just really like their eyeliners, they're so smooth. And I'm just going over the outer edges of the liner that I applied and the black eyeshadow that's on there as well. And that's just creating a more smooth transition from my eyeshadow to the black liner. Okay, you guys, we're almost to the fun part. Let's just curl our lashes. I would typically wear falsies for a Halloween look, but my lashes are feeling particularly weak lately, so I'm not gonna put on falsies for this look. Wow, I have eyeshadow all over my face. I want to make this a little bit more of a dramatic look, but I'm gonna put some black eyeliner right in the inner corner of my lid, and I'm gonna take it up maybe to the center of my eye. It's not gonna be a ton of black liner, it's just gonna be enough to kind of peek over my lid. Okay, I know it looks weird, but trust me, I've kind of set that base now for what we're gonna do in just a minute. But before that, I'm going to use this concealer from Nars. I'm just going to spread that concealer out. Careful not to get it on the shadow that we just worked on. I did a little bit. And now let's set that with some setting powder. This one I'm using is from Laura Mercier. Alright, let's finish up those eyes. I'm gonna go over that little bit that I just did with the liner. I'm going over it with some black eyeshadow. That's really just opening up my eyes, kind of creating an illusion that they're a lot wider than they actually are. Okay, so I'm just gonna make a little point here with my liquid liner. So you can see the little tails that I put on my inner corners, and that's giving us a bit more of a cat-like look. I'm gonna open up the eyes just a little more. I'm using Fenty's highlighter. And I'm just putting a dot of highlighter right under my pupil. Okay, so now comes the actual drawing of the dots. What you need: a sharp eyeliner. I prefer to use a pencil liner for this. Let's do our eyes first. I'm gonna start up here where my brow is. So there's our first mark. I'm done with this side. Now we're gonna do the bigger dots. Before we get into the rest of our face, I'm going to go in pretty intensely with some bronzer. I'm just gonna, at first, do a regular contour. Then I'm just gonna build on that. Let's take it up, the classic 3 shape. Alright, and just to get a bit of a more animal-like look, let's go in with contour up on this corner of our forehead. And I just want a touch of color on my cheeks, so I'm gonna go in with the famous Nars Orgasm blush. And of course, I'm going to highlight. Okay, nice. Let's actually move on now. So I'm gonna start with these marks up in the corner of my forehead. I still want this look to complement my features, so instead of just doing a bunch of random dots everywhere once we get to this area, I'm gonna bring the dots out this way towards my contour, or where my contour would be, or where it is. Okay, so I think I'm gonna stop here with the dots. I want to curl my hair really quick, so I'll be right back. So as my hair curls, I'm gonna fill in these dots with a brown liner. This is the same liner that I used on my eyes earlier. It's Urban Decay's Roach. Alright, so I've started with two V-shapes. This top V-shape is where I want the center of my nose to be, and the bottom is the bottom. Fill that in with my pinky. Now for lips, I'm just going to throw on Colourpop's 9 to 5. I love this color because it has a hint of gold in it. And here's the look. Let me take my hair down. Alright, this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please like or subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!